Hey everyone, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And this is hopefully one of many movie reviews I'm going to be doing on Akira Kurosawa films. And this is The Hidden Fortress. So, where do I start with this film? So let's just give a little bit of background for this particular film. So this was directed, by Akira Kurosawa, created by him, and came out back in 1958. So quite a bit of time. And it actually came out 4 years after Seven Samurai came out, and that film actually exploded his career, Seven Samurai. And the guy was actually making films, I looked this up, was making films from 1943 to 1993. And that's a 50-year span he's been making films. And that's just absolutely amazing. That's crazy talk. No one has I've ever seen done anything like that before, but Akira Kurosawa, legendary director, was the only one that could really do that. Why am I also doing this too is because I heard that this film is an inspiration for Star Wars. And I saw that immediately, and I'll get into that momentarily. And as you guys can see, I have my Bastila and Darth Revan statues right here, so if you haven't seen that video, go check that out. So I heard it was inspired by Star Wars, and then I just ended up obsessing and just watching a bunch of his films on HBO Max. So I've been doing that, and I've been getting into samurai cinema. And been finding out that samurai cinema has inspired so much out there, including Western films, which I'm a big fan of Westerns as well. And Westerns, I had no idea, were actually really inspired by samurai cinema. So it was, interesting to see that connection there. And I saw that with a bunch of other films, so I'll get into that a little bit later. But if it wasn't for Akira Kurosawa especially, you wouldn't have many of the Westerns that we have, legendary Westerns we would have nowadays. Even Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, Silverado, a bunch of those, they would never come out if they weren't, Akira Kurosawa didn't come out with his amazing works. And Magnificent Seven, you probably already know this, but Magnificent Seven is a remake of Seven Samurai. And also Fistful of Dollars is actually a remake of Yojimbo, which is actually Akira Kurosawa work. So interesting how that works out. So it tells the story of two peasants who agree to escort a man and a woman across enemy lines in return for gold, without knowing that he is a general and a woman that she is a princess. So they just do it with knowing that there's going to be gold on the other side. And it stars Toshiro Mifune as the general, General Rakuta Makabe. I know I'm going to mispronounce a lot of things, which I apologize for in advance. But Toshiro Mifune, after seeing this, and I've seen him in other works as well, I gotta say, he's one of the most legendary and just most dedicated Japanese actors I have ever seen. Actors in general, not just because of his nationality, but as the main leads in many of Akira Kurosawa's films, including Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, Throne of Blood, the guy just emotes and does a great job as this samurai character, this really powerful and stoic character throughout most of his films. And he even does some slime balls too, like in Seven Samurai and Rashomon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Rashomon is another one as well. He's just a great actor. He knows what to play as for each of the roles, especially with Akira Kurosawa. And he's in a lot of works with Akira Kurosawa. And I like that dynamic that they have with one another. So this film is on HBO Max. A lot of Akira Kurosawa films are on there, except for Ran, which I had to get on Blu-ray. There's a couple of works that are not on there. Not every single thing is going to be on there, of course. But apparently on HBO Max, it's rated PG. But the MPAA rating has a not rated on this film. But I think it should be more of a rated PG-13 or rated R, just because of the really heavy implicit themes of rape. Not actual rape that, happens, but implications of rape with some violence thrown in. So definitely not made for the kids. However, the kids can watch A New Hope, no problem. But this film, no, I don't think so. And another thing is, this film is black and white. And I know what you're thinking, black and white, it's an old film, I don't care about it. But I'm telling you, don't judge a book by its cover. And when it comes to movies, we shouldn't do that too when it comes to media, because there are some great classic films, even Seven Samurai and many others, and not just Japanese films, but American movies too, that came out back in the day in black and white, and they're freaking awesome. They're great. They're great storytelling. And with movies nowadays, it only looks like that's the direction that we should go to, like seeing the movies of the past and appreciating those works, because new movies nowadays just tend to suck. And I mean, there are some few outstanding ones, but that's few and far between. So don't judge a book by its cover. Please appreciate it and actually just give it a chance, and you'll see right away, like, even with this film, the cinematography is absolutely amazing. The amount of scenes that they put into, because there's one scene that was really just blew me away, where the two peasants actually escape from a prison riot, and there was just like almost hundreds of people just coming out and escaping, and it was just a magnificent scene and just truly spectacular. I just love how Akira Kurosawa knows how to put like so many people on screen and just really appreciate for what they've done. Like, I know they've done it with Rand too, and he knows how to put so many people on screen, no problem, and they just know how to act and perfect their scenes. So that was like a really cool battle. There's like so many cool scenes and moments, and the one person that, Toshiro Mifune as the general was really the most outstanding one of the bunch. And then when it comes to the Star Wars stuff, so there's a bunch of them strewn out throughout here. So let's get right into that. So, American director George Lucas hasn't acknowledged the heavy influence of the Hidden Fortress on his 1977 film Star Wars A New Hope, but I think it goes beyond that, because I think many of the other Star Wars films are inspired by this one because of many moments here, so it's kind of scattered throughout Star Wars. So first off is the strong female character who is not a damsel in disguise or a weak character, the Princess Leia character. And then you have the princess in the movie, this movie here, and she is the princess of the last of her clan, and she's trying to escape from this persecution from this other clan that wants to just exterminate their tribe, their clan altogether. So the two peasants are trying to escort them to the other side, away from, the evil empire, so they call for this other clan. That's how they're depicted. So they're like stormtroopers, and you have this Darth Vader character who comes in to face off against the general. They have this duel, very similar to A New Hope, but not with that same outcome. So it's kind of reminiscent of that to A New Hope, as well as the encounter in, I'm going to say Empire Strikes Back as well. Empire Strikes Back, as well as the other films. I'm going to say Return of the Jedi as well, because there is one moment where he kind of betrays his own side for the greater good. So there is that moment as well, where I think Return of the Jedi actually borrows that too. And then you have the two peasant characters, Tahi and Matasichi. Their characters use as comedic relief like C-3PO and R2-D2, but are far worse than droids, as they're greedy before anything else, and their greed gets in the way of their decision making and are morally bankrupt. Thinking of greed and desire and wanting to be involved in sexually implicit ways with the princess at least 2 to 3 times in the film, or wanting to be in the film, and they constantly betray the group. So at the end of the day, these are not good people at all, but end up getting their just rewards in the end. So at the end of the day, all of this is pretty much Star Wars inspired by this film. So if you haven't seen this, go check this out. This is an absolutely amazing film. So I'm going to give The Hidden Fortress a... I just love the dialogue and the banter between the two characters, Dahi and Matasishi. and as well as the general character and the princess. I just love all the different characters here. And there's so many great themes within this film, and it's shot just amazingly. And don't think just because it's black and white that it's shot like ugly and it's disgusting looking. No, it's actually really good looking, despite all that. And it's just, oh man, the storytelling is just absolutely freaking amazing. And I'm excited to watch the other Akira Kurosawa films. Want to check out the other, Star Wars references here that I probably didn't mention? I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. There's a bunch of other themes that I didn't even mention when it comes to how Star Wars relates to this film in particular. So I'll try to do my movie reviews from this point on, if I can. But if not, then I'll just do it in front of the computer and see how it goes from there. The next one I really want to do is Yojimbo. So I was kind of contemplating whether to do this one or not, but I really enjoyed this movie, and I want to see the sequel to that too. So I'm going to be doing Yojimbo and Sanjuro, those two movie reviews together in one video. So that's going to be my next movie review. That's going to be Yojimbo and Sanjuro. So I'm pretty stoked for that. I'm also going to be doing the Star Wars Tales stuff at the same time. Try to give you guys more videos and more entertainment. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like this video, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this movie if you have seen it before in the comment section. And subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah!